What's up YouTube, CharminEXSoft here coming at you guys another Friday the 13th game video. And today's video will again be a shorter video talking about some of the new upcoming planned updates for Friday the 13th game. Now, a few days ago, Gun Media tweeted out and posted 3 different tweets and posts on Twitter and Reddit about some future planned updates coming to Friday the 13th game, which I'll provide links for down for you guys below in that description section. But before we get completely into all of the details of what was announced, please take note that Gun Media has not officially released any dates whatsoever on when these updates are expected to arrive in the game. So any dates that you have been hearing all around the internet or in the games and whatnot, these are just rumors right now, as Gun Media has not officially released any dates. Now, to start off, the first big piece coming to the game is the team killing update, and Praetorian from Gun Media released this statement on Reddit saying, "The biggest thing we've heard from our community with the game are issues pertaining to rampant team killing that unfortunately has been abused by players on all platforms. While the mechanic's intent was designed to promote life or death experiences in each and every game you play, the reality has turned into more of a battle royale scenario to the point our team feels a change needs to be made." Now, he says that in the next patch, public games will no longer allow counselor team killing through weapons used against other counselor players. He says the shotgun, machete, and other assorted weapons will no longer have any effect on friendly players. However, there do remain a couple of dangers. The biggest one is the car will remain as is. So basically, the car can still be able to run you over and kill you, and he says that they've decided on this as the alternative was abused during the beta, where users would simply stand in front of the car, effectively blocking it from moving because you weren't able to run over the counselors or kill them. So that kind of makes its own issue in itself. He says the next consideration is that counselor placed bear traps will still cause damage to other counselors that walk over them. However, a resulting death will no longer incur an XP penalty. So that's a good thing, because, you know, stepping in a bear trap that just happens to be there, you know, and it accidentally killing your teammate, it does kind of suck to kind of get that minus 1000 XP if it wasn't intentional. So to that, they say pay attention to the placed bear traps. He says that our team believes that the ability to hurt other counselors is something that the game should have and adds tension and requires players to make tough calls. However, we do not believe this should be a mechanic that is abused by players to the point where the vast majority of our current communications from fans are complaints of rampant, unwarranted team killing, griefing, and trolling. He says we will include this mechanic in private matches for now with the hope of better options in the future. Then he kind of goes on to kind of just break it down and explain it a little bit better, so I'm going to do that right here for you. He says public matches, team killing is no longer possible. And then he goes, public matches, cars can still kill you. Public matches, traps can still hurt you, kill you, no XP penalty lost to the trap placer. And private matches, team killing is still possible. So basically no changes to the private match side is what he's saying. So he kind of breaks it down there for us. That's coming in the next update. They were also saying, so as you can see, no one here will have to worry about team killers anymore, and people who like to play like the battle royale style matches and whatnot, they can go ahead and kill each other and do so in private matches with their friends where they should have been doing it in the first place. The next big thing that was announced and posted on Reddit and Twitter, again by Praetorian, was that currently Gun Media and IllFonic are working on 3 smaller maps for Higgins Haven, Packanack Lodge, and Crystal Lake. They're going to be added for free in a later update, he says, and these maps are 40% smaller and offer way faster gameplay feel. Now, Praetorian says they should be good for quicker matches where you'll yell way more than usual, and he also confirmed that the original large maps will remain. These will be 3 new maps added to the game, so there should be 6 in total. And again, it's something that they're adding for free for everyone. Now, I know that this news is not the most exciting, at least it wasn't for me at first, but I didn't want to go ahead and judge it before I had a chance to play it, and I still don't want to judge it before I had a chance to play it. But the more I think about this, the more I actually get on board with it, purely because this actually could change the game quite a bit now the more that I keep thinking about it and whatnot. See, with smaller maps means that counselors' speed and stamina doesn't hurt them as much. So basically the stealthier characters like LaChapa, for example, who's kind of like the main guy that I go ahead and play, now it might actually be easier for counselors like him to go ahead and juke Jason out, being that the maps are gonna be like 40%, you know, more space for him to travel. So he's not gonna have to basically use up as much stamina and speed trying to get from one cabin to the next. He actually might be a little bit more of a jukier type character while still being able to fix stuff and still be stealthy. Kind of neat. You know, I kind of want to see how that plays out. And the faster counselors, wow, I mean, think about Vanessa and them. Yeah, they're easy to see all over the map and stuff like that. But dude, these counselors are probably going to be extremely hard to catch now. They're already pretty hard to catch, but damn, think about Vanessa and Bugsy and whatnot just literally running from one campsite to the next. I mean, their entire stamina bar will probably still be at least halfway full by the time they get to the next campsite. And for them jumping in and out of houses and whatnot like that, wow, they'll be able to probably juke even more crazier than someone like LaChapa. Like LaChapa kind of becomes on par, whereas Vanessa and Bugsley, they get to be like the juke freak masters, I'm thinking. So it would be kind of interesting to see how this plays out. Plus, with like less of a search area, that means we should be able to find vehicle parts faster, making matches more hectic, you know. So people are going to find parts and keep bringing them to the car and fixing stuff. Jason's going to be there. Next thing he's going to have to go to the next one. He himself is going to have to be on his toes, because with 2 cars or a car and a boat and people finding these things faster, he's got to be jumping around faster and faster and trying to get there and stop all this chaos when the maps are smaller, and probably parts and stuff will be easier to find since you have less of an area to search. Also, you know, with the smaller map now, because the matches should possibly be faster, it could help get people to hang out in the lobbies more and see if they get to be Tommy Jarvis, or maybe even just waiting to see how the match ends, you know what I'm saying? Because with a faster map means people might hang around more often. So that's kind of an interesting thing just to see how this plays out. So I don't want to judge it until I've actually played it, but it seemed like a little interesting concept that I'm kind of open to now the more I think about it. Now, the last piece of content that is supposed to be coming to the game here is player emotes, and they shared a little GIF of this here. It's kind of showing what some of the examples look like and whatnot. Now, I've seen a lot of people making comments about it, like on Twitter and whatnot, saying, can you dab in the game or do an emo where Jason can lift his mask and show his face and things like that? So, you know, I really didn't think they were going to do this, and I still don't think they're going to do this. And if you look at a comment that Patorian had put on the Reddit site and whatnot, he says, he literally confirms that they're adding free emotes, so free emotes to the game. There will be 8 in total designed for communication. So he says that they will be, you know, coming in a later patch, and basically a way for people to communicate should they not have a mic. This will be a free edition, again, coming in an upcoming patch. He doesn't give a date for that. So as you can see, I would not expect to see like a dab in the game, or like the Jason being able to lift his mask or anything like that. Anything that's like a kind of a goofy emote, I wouldn't expect to see that, as these are designed to be used by players who don't have mics, or when Jason is near you and like you're hiding and you don't want to talk out loud over the mic to the counselor that's next to you when Jason's around, because then you just kind of give up your location. Now for me, I don't really mind these changes. Hell, my motto is if it's free, it's for me. And since I mostly play private matches while streaming on Twitch almost every night with viewers, you know, I don't really have to worry about the team killing aspect and the trolls and whatnot, because we pretty much play with people who know how to play the game and they play the game right. Or, you know, if they want to come there and be a troll or whatnot, then we'll just go ahead and boot them out. Now, as for the maps, again, I was fully not on board at first, as I would love to see some new maps too, just like the rest of you guys, like the Lazarus ship or Manhattan or Jason X ship. But the one big thing I think that people need to remember is that Gunmeat and Ilphonic are still working on the single player for us that still has to be released this summer 2017 before any major big content updates or DLC drops. And let's just say, for example, that they do give us the Lazarus ship, Manhattan, or the Jason X ship map, for example. Well, it's not as easy as just creating a map, calling it a day, and saying, here you go. Because the one thing I think most of us are forgetting is how you will kill Jason on these maps. See, so they can't just go ahead and just plop a Jason shack on the damn Lazarus boat. or the spaceship or the middle of New York City, because that would just look crazy and give people more and more things to go ahead and complain about. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants these maps, but I don't think anybody takes the time to think about how this map is going to affect the gameplay. Yes, you got a cool theme, but now where's that Jason shack going to go? Where's that Pamela sweater going to go? You know what I mean? So in order for these maps to work, they would have to program a completely new way for us to kill Jason and stuff like that. And I don't think that they've had enough time yet to go ahead and do that. I mean, the game has only been out for 80+ days since it was just released. I mean, it was released on May 23rd this year, and it hasn't even been out for 100 days yet. I think we need to realize that this is an indie title with like 30 people working on it, and it takes time to make this stuff. And now they've said that they will have new game content later on in the future and stuff like that. They've said that, you know, but I think that people need to realize that this stuff takes time, and they've not said exactly what that content will be yet. So, you know, if you want to get some more news on this and that kind of stuff like that, guys, I will be here to announce anything that they actually do confirm themselves. So I'll be here to report on that for you. I know there's a lot of speculations coming out. We're getting Jason X in October. I've been hearing that. People are like, we're getting Jason X in October. Gun Media has never once came out and said we're getting Jason X in October. I don't know where people are getting this information from, but I'm telling you, if Gun Media and Ophonic come out with some confirmed information about some new stuff that we're going to be actually having to add it to this game, I will surely be reporting on it for you. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below, and I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope it helped you out. And if it did, please feel free to go ahead and slap that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitch and Twitter to stay up to date with my YouTube videos. I'm CharminEXSoft, and as always, thanks for watching, and y'all come back now, you hear?